Starting off at number 15, Matthew Selt didn't take his loss well. He shook hands with the referee but walked right past Neil Robertson, making his frustration painfully obvious. Sliding in to number 14, a former snooker world champion had an entirely different kind of meltdown. After missing a crucial 147 attempt, he turned to the audience and accused a fan of putting him off. As if that wasn't dramatic enough, he even pointed his cue at them, as if they were personally responsible for his mistake.
What a shame. What a shame. It was on, pointing at something or somebody. He looks furious. But he leads 4-1.
Coming in at number 30, Joe Perry's temper took center stage when he failed to pot an easy red. Clearly furious with himself, he stomped back to his chair and slammed his cue hard into the ground. Moving on to number 12. O'Sullivan had a moment he'd probably want to forget. He missed a simple blue into the right middle pocket, and his reaction, well, let's just say it was less of a professional's disappointment and more of a bizarre interpretive dance. Not exactly what you'd expect from a snooker legend.
In total, to turn things round. Oh, just as I start saying that, he misses that blue off the spot. That'll frustrate him because...
Later, things didn't get much better for him. After missing another shot, this time a pink ball, he let his frustration out by slamming his cue on the table.
Well, that was the concern, but it's not happened. The cue has...
Following at number 11, Selt's reaction was pure rage when his opponent, Artemis Zizins, fluked a red ball. He let out a frustrated scream and even threw objects near the table.
Oh my God! 63. Oh, nice. That's a game. That's a game.
But the real drama unfolded after his brutal defeat. Instead of gracefully accepting his loss, Selt simply picked up his cue and walked off, leaving Zizins confused. Zizins stopped to talk to the referee, but their conversation was cut short by another thunderous crash. The referee called Selt out for his behavior, only to get a "shut up" in response.
Good luck. Good Christmas. That's you. Please. Please.
With number 10, Robert Milkins had a full-blown meltdown at the World Snooker Championship. He was already struggling when he missed a crucial red to the corner pocket. That was the final straw. Without hesitation, he tossed his cue onto the ground in sheer frustration, leaving the crowd completely stunned.
You might not want to put everything into that shot. You see, there's always something that can happen. He's furious, the cue's on the floor. She's not going to do it any good.
Coming in at number 9, John Higgins was already trailing in frames during his match against O'Sullivan. His frustration boiled over when, at the very start of a new frame, he missed an easy red. That was all it took for Higgins to slam his cue onto the floor in frustration.
Not very often you would see that from John Higgins, but he missed that pot by so far. I mean, that is very unlike John.
Sliding in at number 8, Mark Williams had a moment that left the audience both amused and surprised. During his match against Zhi Xiahui, he missed an incredibly easy red to pot. Instead of just shaking his head in disappointment, like most players would, he took things a step further by handing his cue to the audience.
The problem he's got, even if he does, wow, that's another incredible miss. You can see the frustration very...
Right after that, at number 7, Mark Williams found himself in yet another unusual situation, but this time it had nothing to do with missed shots. While playing at the Alexandra Palace, he suddenly started moving around in a way that looked suspiciously like dancing. The reason? A wasp that absolutely refused to leave him alone.
Behind you, behind you.
It's a pantomime now.
He's in a rather delicate position there.
Okay. Jude. Just want to go back to your seat for a sec. Maybe she ignores you then.
In an attempt to deal with this new unwanted opponent, Williams grabbed a cloth and used it to wave the wasp away.
Stop the.
Ridiculous what's happening.
Coming in at number 6, referee Rob Spencer had a brief moment of panic during a match when he picked up the yellow ball from the pocket only to drop it by mistake.
Oh, hang on. Steady, Rob. Steady. Quick, quick. You got it. Well, everyone's excited to be back.
Next at number 5, Elliot Slesser had a total rage moment. After misjudging a shot, he lost his cool and sent the ball flying off the table with his cue. With number 4, Ronnie O'Sullivan decided to get a little creative and attempt a banana shot, but things didn't go as planned. Instead of executing the shot smoothly, he ended up sending the frame ball flying in the most unintentional yet dramatic way possible.
Winning.
Well, O'Sullivan shook his head as if to indicate he didn't. Oh,
Foul.
you're kidding me.
And frame, dumbing down.
He's just blown the frame.
Sliding into number 3, John Higgins had a moment where frustration got the best of him. After misplacing the brown, he completely lost his patience. Instead of keeping his composure, he grabbed the blue ball and flung it across the table in pure frustration.
John Higgins from Kansas City.
Leading up to number 2, Gary Wilson had his own unique way of showing frustration after missing an easy black. Instead of just sighing and moving on, he started knocking balls around the table in a unique way. And finally, taking the top spot, Gary Wilson makes another appearance. This time, his mix of aggression and sheer despair led to total disaster. After missing a simple red, he knocked the white in frustration, creating absolute chaos on the table.
Get that red away from the black area. Oh, he's missing it. Oh dear, wow, he'll be fine for this. He was 25 points behind, more than enough points on the table to still win the frame, and that concession.
And that's a wrap on some of the most inappropriate snooker moments you probably missed. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more snooker drama.